Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one. The matchup with the Chicago Bears. Playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A play fake, now Fields to throw. They'll roll him out right. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. And, Charles, this defense, I have to imagine, kind of licking its chops when you get a chance to face a team that's lost 3 straight.
And my surprise was listening to their head coach in his weekly presser, because normally you and I see guys that get up there and say, everybody's a threat any given Sunday, that sort of thing. But he was asked if this might be a trap game, and he essentially said he didn't see anything to worry about. Now, normally you say that to your team, but you don't tell us. You definitely don't say it to the media.
He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kevin Farley. And the Titans are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down of the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Fields. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got him in. Complete. 30. 10. Touchdown, Titans. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch. Extra point forthcoming. And this is good. Our score, 7-0, Tennessee. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Well, can he put it aside? Let's find out. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops. I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, Fields. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off at the 33. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. A 1st down and then some for Montgomery. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Tua now on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown! A big play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Titans have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here? Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Bud Dupree, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack on 1st down, Fields going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call through the offensive coordinator.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Caleb Farley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handed out picks. Like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
To the air again, Fields. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around? Could be for the game the way that things are going right now. I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Tua. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Titans continue to pull away here in this first half.
It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 28-0. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more in trouble here? And down he goes, back at the 8-yard line. Zaven Collins came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. and they get one here in the passing game.
Now a first down throw. Fields got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brings up second and goal at the 49-yard line.
Play action. It's Fields. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bears cut into that lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Bears 7. Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick off.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, it's Tua. That's into a crowd and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And you don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
1:55 left to go in the first half of play. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, Fields. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Fields throwing again. Dancing to his left. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bears get a bit closer. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off inside the 10. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
Had their way for the most part here in this first half, but that time maybe they got a little greedy.
Well, it is hard to blame them, isn't it? Because like they said back in the 1980s, greed can be good. Stick with what's been working. But that time, I think he got a little bit too much air under that one, and it turned into a turnover that was much needed by that defense.
Flush to his right.
That's complete to Mooney.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Now it's Fields.
Escaping the pressure right.
And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. On play action, Fields.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
2nd and 12.
Another try after the first down sack.
Fields.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Third and 2, Fields.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Here we go. Watch 7. Watch 7.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Tua sets up to pass it. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. On now is the Titans punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Bears take over.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Here's Fields.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
On 1st down, it's Fields.
Flushed out right. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
From the gun, here's Fields.
And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
And the Bears first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd 10 coming up here in Nashville. 3rd quarter action. Back to throw. Fields.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Now Fields on third and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bears draw a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. Touchdown, Titans! Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the reels there after the catch as he's able to shake free. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Fields. Caught left side, Williams. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off play action. Fields sliding out of the pocket. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Checking the NFL scoreboard there in the third at MetLife Stadium. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Back now in Nashville. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Tua going to throw. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. He almost outkicked the coverage. A 57-yard punt, 15 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Touchdown, Chicago! I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. The extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First downs a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Marlon Davidson breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Another try after the first down sack. Tua over the middle here to Brown. A big gain there after going backwards.
yards, and that'll lead to a third down. The Titans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 2nd and inches, Tua. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he comes back with one complete. They find some open field here. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 23. A big play there on the catch and run.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the...
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Titans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
To throw is Fields. Complete to Mooney on the slant.
And some room to maneuver. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Fields.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Darnell Mooney, the target there.
That'll bring up 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Second and 10. Fields again.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Fields now to throw.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Touchdown Bears!
Salvon Ahmed with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they...
And got his man complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. 76 yards.
And the Titans are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked by Jeff Gladney.
Still fighting for more. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off around the 27.
And the Bears are right back in this football game.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores, want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now a first down throw. Fields
going deep here for Bryant. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Bud Dupree in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Jeff Gladney. And the Titans are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to pass. Tua. His throw incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Tua to throw again. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears are right back in this football game. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got Mooney and brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. And one last throw here for Fields. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Prime time, baby.
And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Tennessee, they get win.